Welcome to FBB Forum. If you like this content, please be sure to like and subscribe to my Instagram page and YouTube channel. I also want to thank all the fans and athletes for helping me reach 8,000 followers on Instagram recently, and I really do appreciate it. I'm very pleased to welcome two very special guests today to my podcast. Austin Carr is the promoter behind the Steve Karr Classic in Las Vegas, coming up in just a few weeks on Saturday, November 8th. Austin is adding pro women's bodybuilding to the show for the first time this year, and he has some great athletes already signed up to compete. I'm going to actually be boots on the ground for this show, and I'll be covering it for FBB Forum and getting some exclusive content. So be sure to stay tuned. I'm also pleased to welcome the stunning and sweet women's bodybuilding pro Brittani Parish, who I've already interviewed a few times on this podcast. Fans of FBB Forum know that I've interviewed her a few times in the past like 3 or 4 years now, and and in my humble opinion, this amazing muscle mama is one of the most beautiful women in the sport. Brittany is making her much anticipated pro debut at Steve Karr Classic, so we'll talk about her plans for this amazing show. Welcome to both Austin and Brittany. It's really great to meet y'all guys both, and thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, David. Honored to be here as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm going to start with a few questions for Austin.
Yes.
I wanted to thank you for adding women's bodybuilding to the Steve Karr show, and I was curious, why did you decide to add this to the mix? But we fans appreciate it, and the athletes do too. But what was behind the decision?
So we had the Steve Karr Classic is a major here's the logo up here.
Yeah, I got
We've
you.
had the show for over 35 years, and it is the highlight of Las Vegas. It's the end of the year show. It's one of the biggest shows in Vegas that you if you've been in this town, you wait the whole year to do the show. It's right before nationals, and all the locals talk about the show because it's like a Super Bowl for Las Vegas in the NPC. But the show has evolved like everything else, and we've grown tremendously. And I made really good connections with people that actually have come through the show as an NPC, and they've gone on to be in the IFBB. And I had talks with everybody, and we said we need to make this an IFBB Pro show. We have a large amount of people that already attend the show. It's just a no-brainer. So my future and goal eventually for the show would be to add all the divisions with an expo tied to the show, because this is Vegas, and have a major, weekend destination for people to come out, compete, hang out, come watch a show, have powerlifting, all kinds of events, kind of like the Legion and some other
Like how
California.
Europa used to be, right?
Yes, like Dallas,
Yeah.
Europa, 'cause that was more of the stuff I grew up watching and going
Yeah,
to. So,
same.
but yeah, so we basically we kind of like said, well, I was a 212 pro in the IFBB Pro League for a couple years, maybe about 4 years. And I said, you know what? I really see classic physique being a really good division, because with Chris Bumstead expanding the sport, everybody I feel like loves classic physique because it's such a clean look. Um, and I think we didn't have any classic physique shows, pro shows in Vegas. So I'm like, man, this is right after the Olympia. It's literally 3 to 4 weeks post Olympia. All these guys are going to want to get qualified for 2026, and
Mhm.
they're in shape. They're already going to be peeled, ready to roll. So I'm like, let's put on the pro classic physique, because I know there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to want to get into the mix.
Yeah.
A lot of the open guys, they like to travel and go overseas for a little bit, Romania, or not Romania, but there's a ton of shows post Olympia. So, and then we were like talking, my title sponsor, Jared Feathers and Mike Israel with RP Strength, and we're like, you know what? Because we have all friends that are girl bodybuilders. We love physique, women's physique. We have a huge amount of following in town with women. The women in this town, there's honestly, it's pretty big compared to like other towns. So we have
Hmm.
girls that are training and competing, and that go to Dragon's Lair and Torture and Fit Club and all these gyms. We're like, we should put on a show for the women bodybuilders, because there's not that many that we've seen, for one, and two, if they can get qualified and do a show post Olympia, now they're already qualified for the whole year. They can stay healthy. They don't have to do the crazy things all year round to do a show before the Olympia next year, and they can come off, get themselves healthy, detox, and I think it was a good health standpoint for them post Olympia because all the girls are going to be in shape. Obviously, only one girl's going to get the qualification. I understand that, but
Yeah.
it is it is a big thing to put a pro bodybuilding show for women, and I think I wanted to start that trend with promoters, and hopefully they see what I'm doing, and these promoters are catching on and saying, hey, we want to add pro women's bodybuilding too, because I feel like it's kind of like a domino effect. Everybody sees one thing, they go, man, that was a good strategic move for the sport, and then
Yeah.
hopefully they'll
When
start.
it's just going to help us keep it alive, because I mean, I just feel
Yeah.
like I'm seeing my worst nightmare come to fruition. And everybody just still has this like idea in their head that
Yeah.
you can't look like a woman and be a big mass monster woman. And that's just not true.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
realize I'm like 5'10", but I don't look like a man and I definitely don't
yeah,
have a penis. So
yeah. Right.
That's a good thing.
And I think a lot of girls too that I've talked to in this town that they feel the same exact way that you do, and they don't look, they still look feminine, and they don't look
yes,
too like when I was growing up. I remember as a kid seeing a lot of the girls back then, and it was a little bit more aggressive looking, and I feel like
yes,
Mhm.
because we know so much more about the drugs and the compounds and
mhm,
how to come off and how to do certain things to control estrogen and testosterone,
yes,
and keep it feminine but still yet have gnarly looking crazy women physique,
yeah.
Mhm.
and they
But
can.
just not compromise the femininity. I still think it is
Yeah,
very much doable. It just may take a little bit longer. You may not be pushing as hard on the pegs.
I feel
Yeah.
like it comes down to the training and the dieting and just doing
Yes.
everything to a T, but you're
Hmm.
going to be able to progress in a healthy manner versus kill your hormones, and then now you could screw your career and have a 2-year career versus a 20
And
year.
possibly
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good too.
I
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of girls in town. We have Christina, Nicole, we have
Mendoza.
Hunter Henderson.
Yeah, they're all
Um,
amazing.
there's so many girls in town.
Chelsea.
Chelsea's here. Well, there's a girl, Raina, that just got her pro card at
Mhm.
USA's.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, she's
and they
great.
all look feminine. I mean, from the most
Yes.
part, I've never seen a girl out here that didn't look, it just didn't look right. I feel
Mhm.
like they all have a good look, and
Mhm.
all of them have a symmetrical, crazy physique. Like it's not overkill when you see a
Yeah.
girl that's upper body's way too big and the lower body looks out of proportion. So I'm
Mhm.
all for it. I think it's such a cool division. And I grew up with a female pro bodybuilder training me in the gym. Her name was Jeannie Peroni. Uh,
Oh yeah, I
she
remember
was
her.
Wait.
amazing.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
Italian, shorter, like around 5'3", but she was great, crazy muscle bellies. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember looking at her physique as a kid, and I was like, I want to look like that. Like
Yeah.
not that, but I want to have her muscles.
Yeah.
And I was intrigued by that, and I thought, man, she carries herself well. She's still feminine, and I was only 19 at the time, and she started training me, and I really fell in love with bodybuilding, and I was like, man, I don't really see back then though. In the early 2000s, there were more pro shows for girls, but then it
Yeah.
kind of died off, and then
Hmm.
we kind of see it dying off even more. So there's not that many competitions anymore. So we really want to we take pride and passion in trying to get this back up to par, and
And
hopefully.
break that stigma, which is what y'all are doing by doing this. And I
Yeah.
mean, speaking, I'm sure for the entire division, we just really appreciate being seen still.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
and
it's
I want to
important.
just use my show as a pedestal to help push the movement back, to hopefully
Absolutely.
that promoters and other sponsors. I feel like if sponsors see it and they see the vision, and same with the promoters, we can really get this thing back to where it needs to be, because women's bodybuilding is super cool, I think, just as much as open men's bodybuilding, and
Yeah.
people just don't know that because they think of oh well, it's disgusting. It's a girl. She
Yeah,
looks like a guy, but they don't see all the crazy good physiques and the
Hmm.
femininity of these girls
yeah,
now. So
Yeah,
yes.
that's true.
it's going to take a little bit of time, but I
There's
think
been a resurgence, I feel like, of people prioritizing the femininity over it, you know,
Yeah.
and I do feel like you have to be a duality. You have to have the masculine and the feminine, you
Hmm.
know, but
Yeah, I
not
agree
to
with you
it,
on that.
not to a degree that one detriments the other.
oh for sure.
One thing I wanted to ask you about, Austin, that Steve Karr is your father, and so you
Yes.
kind of grew up in bodybuilding, it sounds like with, yeah, what,
Yes. Yeah,
and
he oh go ahead. Sorry.
no, no, you go ahead about, tell us about your dad.
Man, he was a diehard bodybuilder back in the 80s. I grew up with, well, back then we had a contract with the Weeders. So all the pro bodybuilders were under a contract for the Weeder company, and Joe
Hmm.
Weeder and his brother, they had to do so many guest posings for their contract. So our show started in 1990, and my dad had all the major guys come through and guest pose at our show, like
Really?
Guntar Slurtoff. We had Mike Mazzarato, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, all the
Wow.
guys growing up that I got to see this at a young age. And
Nice.
unfortunately, it's crazy because I didn't really care for bodybuilding back then. Because I feel like when you're around it so much, you don't really want to do it. Parents are involved. But
Yeah, I
yeah, so
understand.
I was very much influenced by, or I was very much exposed to the bodybuilding scene as a young kid. So, and my dad was just a gym rat, meathead, total gym rat, and that's he took me to the gym every day since I was a kid, and I hated it because he was training like an animal with his friends, and I was just standing there like, what am I supposed to do? So, yeah, I mean, he was a great guy. So his story, he brought the MPC to Nevada
Okay.
and got so many people involved with the sport because there was no NPC in Nevada then. So
Okay.
he would be the guy that would come up to you at the gym and say, "Man, you have amazing physique. You need to compete. Like you got the the symmetry, all the lines for it." And he would get people inspired to start getting to compete. And I have
Nice.
people that till this day, they're in their 50s and 60s, and they're like, "Your dad came up to me, and ever since then, I wanted to compete. He inspired me. He gave me confidence. And they were like, without your dad, I would have never started my career." So
Nice.
That's all.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I still get that ill even to this day with older guys, even younger guys too, because he passed away in 2017. But I
Oh, I'm sorry.
still have guys telling me up until then that, man, if it wasn't for your dad, I would have never competed. So
Wow.
it's such like a cool thing to like see guys tell me that and just see how their journey is, starting their career. It's unbelievable. So that's what
That's
I try
terrific.
to do as a bodybuilder and a promoter is just inspire the people of the sport, the younger generation, and give an opportunity for people to get on stage. Now adding the women's pro, I think it's just it's awesome to give back to the community.
Well, we appreciate that, and I know the athletes appreciate that too. And one thing I was thinking I better get it. I know Brittany doesn't have too much longer because she has to get back over. So I'm going to ask her a few questions too. But just real quick, I know you talked about Austin about a few. You already have a few good women's bodybuilding athletes lined up. I know you can't name names yet, but
Yes.
I don't know if you might be able to say a number of athletes you might have, or can you say
From
that?
I'd say at least 5 or 6 that are texts that have communicated through text that say they want to do it, and then some big names that
Hmm,
have reached out and already interested doing it. And we also, whoever's watching, we have Andrea Shaw, 5-time Miss Olympia. She will be
nice,
there guest posing, so that was
nice.
that's a major plus to be there if you're not even competing, just to go.
I'm gonna fangirl so hard.
Yes. And I'm gonna be like, wow, because when I mean I'm a fan too. So
Yeah, she's
I
just
am too.
incredible. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
unbelievable.
she's
I mean,
such a sweetie
she's
too.
probably like the next Ronnie Coleman of the women's division, honestly.
oh,
She's
undoubtedly,
yeah.
Yeah,
undoubtedly.
definitely. Yeah, she's amazing.
What they say, they call it generational bodybuilder. She's a
Mhm.
generational, figure icon in the sport.
Yeah.
So
She is, I mean, straight up, like my very first influence was Dana Lynn Bailey, but then, you know, I realized
oh
very
yeah,
quickly I will never ever look like that because I'm huge. But
yeah,
but
he's
Andrea
little.
Shaw is much more obtainable. Like that look is something that like I feel like is just, I mean, she just, I don't know how to explain it, but she possesses everything that I find beautiful, you know.
Awesome. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah. I better ask you a few questions here, Brittany, before we run out of time.
Oh, you're
Um,
okay.
I wanted to ask you though, so this will be your pro debut, as I mentioned, and you got your pro card 2 years ago at Nationals, is that right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
North Americans, yes.
North Americans, that's right. So are you excited about the show and to get to do your pro debut? I know, and you said you're a little
I
covered
am,
up today by design. You're kind of
yeah,
keeping.
I'm keeping it on the DL, you know. Gotta keep y'all guessing. I did this last time. I didn't really post a whole lot of updates leading up to North Americans, and if I'm being brutally honest, it's not just to keep myself under wraps. It's to keep myself from robbing myself of the joy of prep, right, and comparing myself to other people because yeah, I need to have tunnel vision and focus on what I am capable of and what I'm doing to control the outcome. And
Yeah,
if I find myself tied up looking at everyone else, it's just going to thwart my progress and it's going to make me, you know, second guess myself and things like that. And it's just, it's not good for my mental. And you know, I want to be as happy as I can and as like pleasant to be around as possible. I do have kids and a husband and, you know, I just try not to let my prep dictate all of my life.
yeah, I got you. I understand that. I know you had a few health scares in recent years. How are you doing
Mhm.
now, health wise?
Healthy as an ox and hopefully built like one. Um, yeah, so the cancer's gone, as far as I know, knock on wood. And my spinal revision that I got done after I came back home, it is also still successful and intact. I don't have any issues with that.
Mm,
I mean, obviously, I still have to be careful because I do have part of my spine titanium, but it has not limited me, and I don't intend on it limiting me.
that's terrific. No, that's great. No, and so it hasn't impacted your training. You've been able to train okay and everything, and
Oh yeah, I've been able to train honestly harder than I was leading up to North Americans, but I also think I'm just like my fire is lit again and it's been, you know, 2 years, which is the longest time I've really been away from the stage and
mm,
I have an itch to compete again and I just you know how it is like I mean, well, you don't firsthand, but I'm sure you've heard from other competitors that you know, after being away from the stage for so long, it just you it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like an insatiable desire to get on there and see what you can do again. Because every time you bring
mhm.
your package to the stage, it should get better, right? So
Yeah,
I'm ready. So
I'm excited for you and get to meet you in person too. I'm excited. So yeah,
yeah,
that'd be great to see you.
I'm just you know it doesn't. I'm really like I've. It's not that I don't want to win, but I just want to do this again because I love this shit. I just really
Yeah,
love it.
I think that's terrific. That's great. And I know you have a lot of passion for the sport. I was curious if you've made any changes in your prep or your diet or training in the run up to the Steve Karr show.
Yeah. So one of the biggest changes is that I've been coaching myself,
Hmm.
and kind of I know I gave you a little bit of that whenever we were talking before we got on here. But I've put many athletes on stage, and I've done it. You know, this is my 10th season now. It's only 2 years after I turned pro, but I think I just want to prove to myself that I can coach myself. And if for some reason I don't bring what I think is my best package to the stage, then I will understand from that point maybe I do still need a coach. But the
Hmm.
only way to figure out if I can do this for myself is if I try.
Hmm. I think that makes sense. And like we said, you have Mitch, your husband kind
Yeah,
of give
I have
you
a
an
great
extra eye.
support network. I've got, you know, fellow pros that I'm very good friends with that don't mind giving me help here and there. And if I have a question, I bounce it off of them or, you know, some of my just friends and colleagues. And so I feel confident about it.
That's terrific. Yeah. Um, and that's one thing I think it's kind of neat about you too. You have 3 kids, so you're a muscle mama. And how is your family doing?
Oh, they're great. So our oldest, she is now off in college. She just started her first semester and she's knocking out some basics, and then she has plans to go pre-med. She wants to study anesthesiology. So I'm
Wow.
extremely proud of her. And then, we've got Eliana and Mila, our two youngest. Mila just started kindergarten and Eliana is in fourth grade. So my hands are full.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah. That's
But
impressive.
I mean, they are obsessed about this also because they've grown up much like Austin has, kind of
Yeah.
immersed in this world. And Eliana, I would say, out of all of them, is the one that I think might follow in my footsteps, and she's diehard bodybuilding fan. She might not understand all of it, but she just thinks it's the coolest thing in the world, and she truly thinks I'm a superhero, which is, as a parent, that's all you want, is your kids to think that you're this special person. So
And that you said you're bringing all three kids to the show, to Steve Karr?
my plan is to. The only reason why I wouldn't bring our oldest is if she has some obligation or school stuff.
Sure, sure. I got you. No, that's great. Yeah, Austin, I think that just having Brittany there is going to bring a lot of fans because you have a lot of fans out there anyway. You're such a sweet person and so
Well,
beautiful
thanks.
anyway. So yeah, so um
Hopefully, we can scratch each other's back. It's a win-win, right?
yeah, definitely.
Well,
That
I
one
got
thing.
three kids too, so
Oh, you have three kids too?
yes, I have crazy kids, but
Awesome.
mine are not all grown, so they're all in the house at all times. So three and three, six, and a 3 or 3, 6, and a 10-year old.
Oh,
So
Awesome.
nice. That's awesome.
yeah, I'm going through it.
Austin, do you have boys, girls, or a mix?
2 girls and 1 boy, and my oldest is a girl, the youngest is another girl, and then the middle is the boy.
Oh,
But
Gotcha.
nice.
our 3-year-old is like insane. So she's the you are in prep. I couldn't do like I stopped competing for 3 years now because once we had her, our youngest, I was just like, we have so much work to deal with the
Mhm.
kids, and
Yeah.
um it's just we're so busy with dealing with the kids. It's like everybody's like, when are you gonna compete? And I'm like, dude, they're all single and they have no kids. And I'm like, or they have a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Austin. I
Yeah.
cannot begin to tell you. I've had people tell me, well, we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
We don't.
No,
No.
no,
Oh.
because I can be at the gym in the middle of my workout, like what happened the other day, and I get a phone call that my daughter is sick and I have to
Yes.
stop everything I'm
Yeah.
doing and go pick her
Yeah.
up. And
Yeah.
then the only way that the only way that I finish that workout is at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night
Hmm.
Right.
after they've gone to bed, And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I do, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I do think that the fact that I do this at the level that I do it at, with all the
Mhm.
responsibilities that I have,
Hmm.
is is something that not everyone could do.
No.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
No. I couldn't even prep. I could prep right now, but it would be so hard for me to like mentally.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
go to work full time too, so I'm
Yes.
always at work, and then I'm at home, I'm dealing with the kids, and then like
Mhm.
an hour and a half of gym time, and then
Yeah.
trying to fit in meals between that
Yep.
and work. It's just I would be very flustered. I know that. And I need for me at, like you said, being a pro
Mhm.
bodybuilder, I'm going against guys that do nothing but train, go to sleep, and eat.
For like 6 hours a day. It's like, wow,
Yes.
that's fantastic. Good job. Like,
Yeah. And it's like I salute them because they're doing the work.
yes,
It's like,
yes.
dude, you have no other responsibilities besides
Mhm.
just going to do the gym and going home and taking a nap, and then, dealing with online clients, which is
Yeah.
great. But like you have no other
I was
responsibility.
so tired the other day that I was waiting on an adjuster for an inspection, and I fell asleep in my truck,
Oh
and
yeah.
Oh,
he
wow.
knocked on my window. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh.
"Oh, sorry. Sorry."
Yeah. Oh, I've been there. I've been there, done that. I've worked jobs where I
Yeah.
have to be there at 6 a.m. and I was up the night before at like 2 a.m. and I'm like, falling
Yep.
asleep, drinking a energy drink, trying
Yeah.
to figure out how am I going to stay up for another 10 hours doing this
Oh,
job.
Yes.
wow.
But
Yeah. You guys have it. I have it easy compared to y'all because I just have the one daughter And now I'm an empty nester because she's in college now.
Yeah,
So
Oh
she's
man.
off in college now.
I
But
I
like
miss
Austin
her though.
said, I do still commend everyone out there, no matter what their circumstances or no matter, what obligations they have. It is absolutely still doable. It's just
Yeah.
you have to truly it's got to be important to you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
You
like
know,
you really got to want it to sacrifice
yes.
spending time with your kids that extra hours or two because you're trying
Hmm.
to do, fulfill what you want to do too. But like you
Yes.
said, your kids don't really care if you do bodybuilding or not. They just want
Hmm.
your time. So it's like
yeah.
Yes.
it doesn't
And that
matter.
is one thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, no, no. I'm like, it don't matter if you're a mechanic or you're a bodybuilder or if you're a movie star, like they just want to look up to you, whatever you do.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's what I was about to play into.
Mhm.
I have struggled all my life with, the self-image issues and things like that because I've always been a bigger girl. I wasn't always big and muscular. I was always just big.
Mhm.
Um, and now having control over that and having control over how I talk about my body and how I present myself around my children and things like that, it's not, it really truly is like I'm watching them and if I hear myself say something negative, I go back and I talk with my kids and I tell them I'm sorry for saying that. And I don't want them to say those things about their bodies because it sucks growing up and hating yourself. And,
Yeah.
bodybuilding gave me back my power. Bodybuilding gave me the power to go, okay, well, if I don't like this about myself right now, what am I going to do to change it? And I
Yeah.
want my kids to have that power and know that, like, if you're not happy with yourself, you can change it.
Mhm.
You don't have to change into a bodybuilder, but if you don't like something about yourself, stop sitting in your own pity, get up and do something about it. So,
Mhm.
they've seen me come back from the cancer, from the back surgeries, from the torn bicep, from kids, they've seen me come back from all of that. And if that's
Mhm.
all I leave them with, then that is least they're going to be resilient as hell.
Yeah. Very inspiring, I think, to your kids. That's true. Yeah.
Especially with
I,
kids, my wife's like, be careful what you do because they soak everything you do up like a sponge. So
mhm.
Yes.
they 100% know and saw you go through those changes with the hard stuff. And I guarantee
Mhm.
you, they're like, Mom, my mom did it. I can do it too, and I can get through it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that 100%, they're gonna be able to get through
And
a
it
lot.
just, it resonates, I think, deeply with me again, because I do have all three girls. So like all
Mhm.
three of them,
Damn.
I just don't want them to have to go through the same shit that I went through.
Yeah.
I'm not going to save them from everything, and I get that, but I can at least prepare them to handle the crap better.
Is your husband a bodybuilder?
No, he trains like one. He just doesn't
Okay.
eat like one. He likes tacos
Ah.
and margaritas too much.
Yeah. But he's
But
like a big guy. Is he like a big
oh
dude?
yeah, he's a big guy. He's like 6'1", 255,
Yeah.
260.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say.
former former firefighter, paramedic, old country
Okay.
boy, tatted up.
Yeah.
He's my very best friend, Austin. You'll get to meet him. Hopefully, he's gonna be
Nice.
there too.
That's
Um,
awesome. I was gonna say he probably supports you
Oh, he
with
fucking loves it. Like
yeah.
he's like, well, shit. If you're gonna get bigger, I'm gonna get bigger. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Like you better cook some food.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I have to get on him so often because he's like, I want to get big, and then
Yeah.
I'll sit down and I'll be eating my entire meal, and he's like, oh, I just can't eat this right now,
Oh.
Yeah.
and I will literally look at him and go, I guess you want to stay small then.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
why I
that's
He's
started
not actually small.
bodybuilding.
I just like messing with him.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my mom used to feed me like 2.5 dinners, and I was hungry all day long, and I was like, man, I feel like I'm gonna be like a bodybuilder because all I do is eat, and I'm still
Yeah.
the same way.
yeah.
So it was so easy for me in prep. The hardest thing is restricting calories because I have to eat. So like if
Yeah.
I ever do it, like get to another show, I think I'll have to take the like retro two side thing and all
So
those.
I'm actually taking that right now, and it's a
Oh, really?
game changer, Austin. It's
Really?
a game changer.
Really?
Freaking cheat code unlocked.
So yeah, I'm gonna what peptide company do you use?
So right now I go through my
I like
like
it.
the TRT HRT
Okay.
clinic. Yeah.
Okay.
But the previous peptide, the one that I think we ordered one of my clients from was Polaris Peptides, I think.
Okay. I'll
They
check it
actually have one of the most potent like dosages out there. I think they offer like a 24.
Damn.
I'm using currently 16, and it
Okay.
is, I'm telling you right now, it's a game changer. Like
Really?
I have been on prep for 56 days and I have only had one refeed because I just don't want it.
Damn.
Wow.
I know, like Nick
And I've
Wall,
gone from 216 to 193.
and it's all just body fat, no muscle loss, nothing.
No, none.
Really?
Wow, amazing.
Like to the
Wow.
point where like, put it this way. I mean, I've got my abs coming in and am compared to previous preps, you're looking at about 3 weeks sooner.
Wow, nice.
What's your stage weight what do you think you're going to be at the show?
I'm projecting between 185 and 187.
Wow.
Damn. That's the biggest.
I was
probably
I
the
was
biggest girl.
181. I was 181 last time at North Americans.
Wow.
Shit,
That's
'cause
impressive.
You're 5'10", like legit 5'10".
I'm like 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
That's pretty tall for a bodybuilder girl.
It
Yeah,
is.
it freaking sucks.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm
It
trying
is
to
hard though, yeah.
I don't think there's been any female bodybuilders on
Chelsea Dion is the same height as me.
Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. She's pretty tall too. Yeah, that's
Wait,
true.
in Vegas?
So
The girl in Vegas?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's in Vegas, Chelsea.
She's 5'9", 5'10"?
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, I have yet to meet her, but whenever because I
I
follow,
know, yeah. I've seen her in the gym. She's a big girl.
yeah.
She's
And honestly, proportion wise, we have differences obviously, but we're built similarly is all I can say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're very wide, and you probably have your upper body's probably massive, I bet.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I
We'll
mean,
find out.
if you want, don't be shy to send me some check-ins if you want on my Steve Karr page. I will put those up ASAP.
Okay.
I want girls to start, tagging the show so I can start building up some of this hype for the
Oh
vision.
yeah, I will start tagging it like crazy. And I've got a clan of people coming with me. I've got probably like 16 to 20 people that are coming with me.
Nice. What state were you guys coming from?
Texas. Everything's
Texas.
bigger in Texas.
What part of Texas?
DFW.
Oh, Dallas. Okay. I'm with
not Dallas. I am not a Dallas girl. Fort Worth more.
Okay. Well, it's by Dallas.
I know, just like this with people.
I'm a gas athlete, so I'm friends with Mike and Johanna and I go to the Destination
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've trained there quite a bit. I've done a couple of photo shoots there as well.
Oh, I love that gym. And I love my Texas family because we do like barbecues at his house.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, hey, if you ever come back down this way, let me know. I'll come train with you.
Yeah, I'd love to get a session in because my Texas folks, I love Texas because everybody there in Texas has got good personalities and they like to eat and train.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like, we're super simple. Pretty much just give me food, sleep, sex, gym.
Yep. And everybody out there, I feel like has like, they're just simple people that go to work and they do their job and then they just take care of each other. It's not difficult stuff. Yeah.
Especially in my area. And I mean, obviously, like this part of Texas is not as big on bodybuilding, but I'm pretty well known in this area and have a pretty good like just family. It's a very big family of people that have always supported me since I started 10 years ago. So
that's awesome.
I did have a question for you, Austin. Will you have a live stream for the pro show?
Absolutely.
Good.
Mitch with Gilco Productions. They're going to be doing the live stream.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah, Mitch is doing it, and it's on centerpodiumtv.com. We'll have the actual where you can purchase it. And then, so it'll be for the whole show. We'll have the pro section and then also the NPC section. I don't know the price on it yet, but I will post that. But we're getting live stream for the show.
That's great. Awesome. Yeah, for the fans who can't come or family who can't come. That's awesome.
Yes.
I think that's going to be good.
And I also want to say me and Mitch looked at all the shows and we saw kind of like how the Texas Pro, we're going to emulate the old school black and curtain. And
Oh,
we want to make
Yes.
sure that it has no distractions with, we want sponsors to be involved, but we don't want anything in the background. So
yeah.
the
No,
lighting that we're
because
going
it
to,
messes you up.
yeah,
Oh,
you
it's
get
so
washed out.
distracting too.
And the lighting that we're going to be doing at the show is going to be insane. So
Oh, I'm
you see
so
the
excited.
kind of like the Florida Tampa Pro. Did you guys watch
Yeah,
Tampa?
Yeah. Yes.
I was
Going to be
there.
like that, but better with the black background.
That's
So
going to be
Oh,
great.
I'm so see, and that's
yeah,
why I feel like it's so important. Not trying to kiss your ass right now, Austin, but like
yeah,
it's so important for promoters to understand it from our perspective.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
You know, because I feel like I've competed at a couple of
Yeah.
shows where I'm like, man, when I look back at pictures, I would have looked so much better without all that crap behind me, like a mosaic of colors. And then my
yeah,
suit like matches the colors behind me. And it just
yeah,
doesn't, it does the physiques a disservice, in my opinion.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to make sure that if you're peeled to the bone, you're going to be like 10 times more peeled in this lighting. It's going to be insane.
Nice.
So make sure if you're competing, you gotta bring that condition, and you're gonna look like amazing on stage. So, because Gyoko will be doing all the videos and the creative photos, and
Mhm.
then Terry from Body Graphics Photography. I don't know if you know him.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar
Yeah,
with him. Yeah. He
yeah,
I'm
does a good
not,
job.
unfortunately.
he does a lot of shows. He's been around for a minute. He's going to be doing the center photos. So he'll do the
Nice.
still shots that you get on NPC News Online. But yeah,
Awesome.
we got a good crew of guys that know what they're doing. So um, I can't wait. Just quick info that the show's November 8th. Alexis Park, um, RP Strength is our title sponsor. So shout out to Jared and Mike Israel. And I'm so excited to bring pro classic physique and women's pro bodybuilding because this is going to be the first annual year of this whole event for the pros. And hopefully next year we can put on some maybe open pro men and some other divisions as well. So
Oh, yeah, maybe women's physique. Wait, I mentioned that
yeah,
too. But I'd love to see women's physique pro because and there's a
yeah.
lot of women's physique ladies that are in Vegas too that are
We
awesome.
were going to do women's physique this year, but I felt like I don't have enough time to really push out that narrative with the
Yeah.
show. But I knew already we had so many pro women bodybuilders that it was already like, oh, they're already telling me you should do it. So I was like, we're doing it.
I
So it
think
was,
it's
Yeah.
great.
yeah. And I
Uh,
think, and also we
One
have,
step at a time.
yeah. And I think
yeah.
there's other women physique. If there's a women's physique in another state and you can't have too many on the same day,
Yeah.
because they want to split it up with Tyler having all the shows. So we have, other promoters can benefit. We don't want to have it all on the same day. So
I want to just say real quick, I do appreciate the idea of the black background. And one thing that bugs the heck out of me is that both Olympia and Masters Olympia have that really busy electronic background, and I hate it. It just is so distracting. From like a fan perspective, it sucks, and it does mess up the pictures and the videos and everything. So I think you're in the right going in the right direction there, Austin. I appreciate it.
I want, I really wish the sponsors would, support the women's bodybuilding as well, because the more sponsors that we have on board, the more stuff that we can get for those folks, for the women to expose it and to, make it better and,
But
support.
just also the more interest that it garners. So then
Yeah.
ultimately your return of investment is going to be larger because you're going to get more people involved. That's what I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
understand. It's like,
that's
let's
true.
push it so we can get more people involved.
Hmm.
And that's what the same thing too. Like I don't do this for the money part. Obviously it helps pay my bills a little bit, but
Yeah.
I do it for the athletes because I compete as well. So I want to
Yes.
put on the best show possible. So all my work checks are going towards my show to make sure
Yeah.
that the show is better. And in return, I might get paid a little bit of money, but I don't care about the money part. I really do. I don't, I want to have a good show, professional staff, treat the athletes right, have
Hmm.
Well,
great
and
time
that's
with
your legacy right there, man. Like,
It
what a
yeah.
is.
cool legacy.
And I
I
want,
know.
people to come back and do the show every year and be like, dude, that show was amazing. Like we were treated like kings and queens. So
I love it. I think that's great.
Well, you
Yeah.
will have a continued competitor here if it turns out to be as good as I think it's going to.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bring the Texas family down. Let's
Oh
blow.
yeah.
So
That's awesome. Well, I probably better wrap up because I got to get going too. But I wanted to give a quick shout out
Yep.
to the Bad Rap ladies that help out Eunice and JoJo. They're very supportive of women's bodybuilding and they help with travel costs and tan and makeup costs for some of the ladies. And they've helped out with prize money for some of the shows, women's
Awesome.
bodybuilding and physique. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. But I'm very excited about this Steve Karr show. I'm excited to see you guys both in person. And yeah, and we probably will be talking again and maybe do a couple more of these interviews on the way, kind of the lead up to the show. So, and maybe get some
Yeah.
other athletes involved. So I'm excited about that.
yeah, you guys need any information, reach out to me, IFBB Pro Austin Carr on Instagram or NPC Steve Karr Las Vegas Classic. I am on my phone 24/7. So if you guys need any help or anything at all, let us know. And thank you again.
Thank you both. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's good to see you again, Brittany.
Good to see y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you guys.